We decided to build an app that could teach a growing generation financial skills that would be more educated. So we're teaching children to talk about the money, and you have to be able to think about it, talk about it, and negotiate it. You have to be very fast-moving and resilient to be a good and successful founder. You will raise a lot of rounds. You will get a lot of no, and don't overthink, and don't ask for opinion from people that are not doing business. They will convince you not to do that.
Hello everyone and welcome to Kama PR Podcasts. My name is Maria and today we're talking about future of finances and education. And our today's guest is Justina Bučinskaitė. She's an entrepreneur, investor, and a co-founder of EdTech startup called Poklet. Hello, Justina.
Hello, Maria. Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me here today.
Thank you so much for coming. And let's start with our first question. So, how did you come up with the idea of Poklet app, and what is its mission?
Actually, the idea is not mine. I just joined the team. But I was at some point in my life where my companies were really stable, and I had a lot of free time and decided to look for the next project that would be meaningful and with the social impact. And I decided to look for that kind of projects. And I met the other guys from Poklet, and they told me that they are planning to start a project about children financial literacy. Then we looked at the problem that Lithuania at current point was one of the last countries in Europe based on children and young people financial literacy. That's why on one side we have a lot of money that people keep in the banks and do not invest anywhere except real estate. So the banks just keeping the money with low interest or not interest at all. And on the other half of society, we have people that take loans to cover loans. And that is the reason of that situation is low financial literacy that we have in a society of our age. Mm-hmm. So we decided to build an app and to build a project that could teach a growing generation financial skills. So we would have another generation of children and young people that would be more educated and to have more serial entrepreneurs, investors, and people that look at finances more responsible than the generations before.
That is such a great idea. And in this app, how do children develop entrepreneurship mindset skills and the skills of financial literacy?
In our app, children have interactive lessons. They can talk with the chatbot to get information from the very basics, like, for example, what is salary, how it is paid, how it is divided in two halves, what people have to do to earn something, what is saving, what is interest rate, what is credit interest rate, and a lot of things. Lessons are getting difficult with every level. So they also can get tests to check what they have learned. Also in our app, they can interact with parents. Parents can offer children to do some jobs, some errands around the house, and children can negotiate the payment for that. So they are learning skills like to negotiate the salary or the payment, like what we do in our adult life. Because me, as myself, an entrepreneur, I was always wondering each time I'm interviewing someone for an open position, that it's always a very uncomfortable question to answer for the applicant is what's your expectation about salary? And then people are starting feeling uncomfortable and they can't say the number, like just say the number. And they you cannot see 99% of the times that it's very uncomfortable question. So we're teaching children that to talk about the money, it's not an uncomfortable thing. It's a very important topic in your life, and you have to be able to think about it, talk about it, and negotiate it. And you don't have to be modest. I think Lithuanians, in our DNA, we are very modest to ask what we deserve, and we are teaching children to get out of this cube and to think outside the box and to ask what they really think they should get. And also children can spread the bills in our app with other children. Also parents can make allowances, and that is better than to give the money, because we don't use cash that much anymore. And when children will grow up, I think that the cash might be almost eliminated at all. So the allowances that they get in a credit card, because we have a payment card designed for children, that is equivalent to the salary, because the salary or the payments for services we get into the bank account. And that's psychologically better than to think that someone will come and will give you something, because that's not how it happens in real life. So there are a lot of features, and we are planning with the next round of investment, if we will be lucky, and we will succeed also to put a model of investing into stock market. It's not gonna be a real model with real money, but we are planning to do it to have a live with the real existing stock market, so they can play with the fake money, the stock market game.
And that's great. So that's also entrepreneurship skills and the skills of future startup founders, maybe. And what are the results of children? How do their life change when parents are actually paying attention and teaching them about this important skills like financial literacy?
Statistically, children that were exposed to information about finances in early age, they get their first homes, first real estate and first investments 11 years earlier than those that haven't. So the parents, as we're joking, they have to teach children, because then they will leave the home earlier and leave them alone. So that's one of statistic points, that children can make informative decisions earlier. Also, if parents teach children, or parents or school or other education schools or activities, they learn entrepreneurial skills, and 40% of those that were exposed to information about finances more likely become entrepreneurs than those who haven't. Because to be an entrepreneur, you have to have grit and to be brave. And if you are waiting too long, with age we are getting more secure. We do not like risk, and that's not an entrepreneurial mindset and thinking. So children that start learning earlier, they have their investments portfolio built better, they understand risk better, they take more informative financial decisions, and they are less likely to get in credit debts if they know what they are doing from the early stage, and they are introduced to saving, smart spending, and investment.
And what are the plans of this app? Maybe a goal you want to succeed to achieve?
To build a more financially responsible generation of young people, starting from Lithuania and going to other countries that lack financial literacy in this age group. Because, for example, in Sweden, they have a journal for children from 1953, I think. It's a weekly journal. So their children, when they start to read, they already have their weekly digest about finances. So we don't have it here. And there are a lot of countries, developing countries, that also don't have a good access to children financial literacy. To get that through our app, you just need to have a mobile phone. And mobile phone is now, like, I think almost every child has a mobile phone now. So you can get access very easy. And we want to spread the news and raise awareness about the subject, and for the other generation to make more responsible financial decisions.
That's great. And let's talk a little bit about investing and startups. Could you please tell what are the trends in investing in fintech projects? Because I know that you're passionate about it. And what investors like you are most interested in today?
There's two questions. One about fintech and one about the criteria that you look as an investor investing in startups. So first of all, why do I like fintech? Because it's disrupting the old system of banks. So that system is, I think, less flexible in the whole world of industries that you look at. And they're making payments faster. They are going to areas that classic banks do not want to enter. For example, if you look in Africa, I've been in Kenya recently, and since they have this payment solution, M-Pesa, they are building more educated society, because before that they are paying cash everywhere. In all societies, it is better to have a payment solution because people can buy something abroad, and if you just have cash, you can do that. Or you have to go to bank and you stand in line and it's not convenient. And even me, when I'm traveling there, for me, it's better to get this app and to pay in tax than to stock a pile of cash going to some countries that are not that safe. So it's better for everyone. And also the credit solutions, we have peer-to-peer platforms that are growing hundreds of times, like not 10 times, 100 times. And they are making credit more, they get more access for the business to get credit than the banks. Because, for example, in Lithuania, we have concentration of Scandinavian banks, and sometimes small and medium enterprises, they like finances, because big banks, they want to work with very big and stable clients, and they sometimes do not want to mess with the small ones. But you can always go to the peer-to-peer platform when people like me and you can also get an access to investment. We can invest in those corporations starting from 100 euro, and we can become investors and to lend our money for interest rate. So the fintech is disrupting old bank sector, and that is a good thing, because the fast finance, the fast business is always better, and companies get access to liquidity, people get access to more investment products, it's always better. So that's about why I'm passionate about fintech. And about the investment in startups. There are several criteria for me. It's not like for everyone. Maybe other investors have other. But the first things that I'm looking for in a new startup, first of all, do they solve any problem with their solution? Like, is it nice to have? Is it fun thing? Or is it really necessary technology that is going to solve something and that is going to be required? Because at some point, the startup will have to be profitable, and that's why it has to be wanted. The other thing is the team. That's, I think, number one, number two criteria. So I'm looking for full-time working founders. That's not a hobby for them, the startup. It's a full-time job that also have skin in the game. I want to see that they invested their own funds in that. So that shows me that they are also more likely to be pushing that startup, because there are not only my money there, but there's also theirs money. So I'm looking at the front person. Is he a leader? Because when you're starting a startup, you have to understand that the startup is a bankrupt corporation that fully depends on kindness of other people. So you will raise a lot of rounds, you will get a lot of no, but the investment rounds are vital for the startup, because if the investment river dries, that's it, you are closing the door. Because the startup itself, usually it's not profitable. It's about getting the market share, so expanding, and only then starting to earn. So that's why you always gonna be exposed to the problem that investments are shrinking, and you have to raise. Also, when the product is not checked, like you have only MVP and minimum viable product, you have to be able to adapt. For example, you build something, you think that it's great, but the market does not want that. You have to be able to switch, to do that fast, not to wait, like raise and wait and raise and wait and expect. You have to move, and you have to be fast. You have to test a lot. You have to be resilient. You have to keep the team together, looking for new opportunities. Maybe you started B2C, you see that it's not going. Maybe you will look for B2B opportunities. Maybe you will sell your solution as a white label solution to big corporates. So you have to be very fast-moving and resilient to be a good and successful founder. Other criteria that important is the market share. Is the product available for everyone? Is it necessary for everyone? Maybe it's a very niche product that is not going to be needed at all. So you have to look at the market share. Who's going to be the buyers of that technology? Is the market share big? Also, important thing is monetization strategy. So how are we going to make it profitable? Where will the money come from? Because at some point, the investors will get tired of investing, and you have to get the money from somewhere else. So what is the monetization strategy? How you're going to fund your startup in the later stages? And also the exit strategy. What we are doing here. Are we buying a big corporation to buy us, to buy out in some, 3 or 5 years? Are we going to be a big company as Bolt and going to be in all over the world, and Airbnb and Uber or some companies like that? So what is the future of my investment? Is it, what is the life cycle of that? Is it 5 years? Is it 10 years? Is it, forever? We are not selling anything. So that are important criteria for me, and many more, but during the limited time, I think that these are most important.
Thank you so much for this. And also, I have the last question. What are the important skills as for you? Because you also talked to a lot of startup entrepreneurs. What are important personal skills to develop to be a successful businessman and entrepreneur? And also, because you work with Poklet, what skills children should develop from their childhood, from their adolescence, to become who they really want to be in the future?
Oh, children. Okay, so with children, I think the most important thing is to get support from your parents, to try a lot of things. I think the problem with the education system in the world, not only in Lithuania, is that we want everyone to know who they want to become when they are adults. But there are very little of us that, like Mozart, knew from the 3 years old that they want to be a composer. So a lot of us, including me, maybe we do not have a dream or a big passion. Like I had a dream to be a lawyer. When I became a lawyer, I understood that it's completely not the thing that I want to do in my life. So you have to build in children the ability to try a lot of things. Earlier, for our parents, for example, it's a bad thing to change a lot of jobs. Like why you have a job with a pay salary? What's wrong with you? Just do it. So no, I think you should try a lot of things to get yourself in a place where you can understand that this is it. This is what I want to do. And then you get expertise, and then you can become an entrepreneur. There are a lot of other ways, of course, but this is my way. Like I get into the industry is interesting for me. I get some expertise, knowledge, meet people, and I'm thinking then, do I want to have a project in this area, in this industry as my own or not? So you have to try a lot of things. I think that's the key, because the more industries you try, the more network you build in several areas, the easier you're going to get information about different industry spheres. So I think that's very important for children. And to become a successful entrepreneur, I don't know. Just don't be stupid. Don't do stupid decisions. and get a lot of information about building business. And nowadays, it's very easy. We have access to all the possible information. You don't know what book to read, like ask what books should I read to become an expert in e-commerce. You will get, hundreds of books. Read them. We have a lot of courses. We have a lot of entrepreneurs that sharing their experience in conferences and seminars. So we are in the era where all the information is in your pocket, in your phone. So now it's very easy. Just do the due deal, find the people that you want to do business with, look at the red flags, check the risks, don't be afraid, be resilient, be smart, and make financially responsible decisions. Don't put all the eggs in one basket, and try. Just the things are done when you are doing them, and don't overthink, and don't ask for opinion from people that are not doing business. They will convince you not to do that the time is bad, that maybe you don't know some things, maybe you shouldn't do it at all. They will tell you the risks, they won't tell you the opportunities. That's why usually I don't ask for opinions and before I decided what I'm doing. And when I made a decision, then I'm informing people that I'm planning to do that, and then I can hear all the risks. And only 5% of that it's a good idea, and how many opportunities are gonna bring this situation and that decision.
Thank you so much, Justina, for sharing these insights.
We were fast.
Yeah, we were fast today. And thank you so much, everyone, for watching us. Please support us by hitting a like button. And don't forget to subscribe to see the new episodes of Come PR podcasts.